Have you ever sensed a change in the air, a shift in the atmosphere that sends a shiver down your spine? That tense calm before a storm, the kind of stillness that feels heavy with anticipation, pregnant with unseen power. In the book of Revelation, a powerful and symbolic text, a storm of change is about to break, a cataclysmic event, one that will affect all of humanity. Every corner of the globe, every life will feel its impact. It begins with a scroll, an ancient document sealed with 7 seals, each seal holding back a force of immense power. Only the Lamb, a symbol of purity and sacrifice, is worthy to open it. Only the Lamb can unleash what's to come. As each of the first 4 seals is broken, one by one, a rider appears, a figure of immense power and mystery, each on a horse of a different color, each color representing a different aspect of the coming storm. These are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, legendary figures, powerful symbols of forces that have shaped human history, forces that continue to resonate through the ages. They represent conquest, the relentless drive for power and domination, war, the brutal and devastating conflict that tears apart societies, famine, the agonizing hunger that grips entire populations, and death, the inevitable end that awaits us all. Their story is ancient, etched into the very fabric of our past, but it still echoes in our world today. We see reflections of their influence all around us. We see their shadows in our headlines, in the stories that dominate the news cycle, feel their presence in times of crisis. When the world seems to be teetering on the brink, understanding them helps us see the patterns in our own world. It allows us to recognize the forces at play. So let's open the seals together, let's delve into this ancient mystery, and meet these 4 powerful figures face to face. Who are they? What is their true nature? What do they want? What is their ultimate goal? And what can they teach us? What wisdom can we glean from their story? Their story is dramatic, full of twists and turns, mysterious, shrouded in symbolism and hidden meanings, and full of meaning, a story that resonates with the deepest parts of the human experience. Prepare yourself. Brace for impact. The first seal is about to be broken. The unleashing of forces beyond our control is imminent. The first horseman is ready to ride, his steed pawing the ground, eager to begin, bringing a force of unstoppable change, a change that will reshape the world as we know it. This is the beginning of a journey, a descent into one of the most famous and mysterious stories ever told, a story that has captivated and terrified for centuries. The storm is coming, the winds are picking up. Are you ready? Are you prepared to face the storm? The first seal breaks, a voice thunders, "Come!" and a rider on a white horse appears. He holds a bow and wears a crown, a conqueror, a king. He rides out to conquer, symbolizing ambition and the drive to rule. Think of empires and leaders who sought to expand at any cost. His victory may be swift, even bloodless, won by ideas or promises. The white horseman is the start of great change, a new power rising. But conquest brings suffering as well as victory. He is both a symbol of triumph and a warning about unchecked ambition. The stage is set for what follows. The second seal is broken, unleashing forces unseen. The ancient restraints are shattered, and the world braces for what is to come. Another voice calls out from the heavens, a proclamation echoing through the spiritual realm. And from the depths, a fiery red horse appears, its hooves striking sparks against the unseen ground, a symbol of impending conflict. Its rider, cloaked in shadow, wields a great sword, a weapon of immense power and destruction. He is given the power to take peace from the earth, to plunge the world into chaos and endless war. This is the horseman of war, a harbinger of destruction and the embodiment of conflict. Where conquest leads, driven by insatiable hunger for power, conflict inevitably follows, a brutal dance of death and destruction. Wars erupt between nations, fueled by greed and the lust for dominance. Civil strife tears apart societies from within, brother against brother. Chaos reigns supreme. The Red Horseman represents the breakdown of peace, the shattering of tranquility. He embodies the rise of violence and hatred, the dark undercurrents of human nature unleashed. He doesn't need to fight everyone himself. He is a master manipulator. He just sows division, plants seeds of discord and distrust, and people, blinded by rage and fear, do the rest. War is a chain reaction, a devastating sequence of events. It is often sparked by ambition, the relentless pursuit of power, and conquest, the insatiable desire to dominate and control. The Red Horseman is a warning, a stark reminder of our own destructive potential. Peace is fragile, a delicate balance easily shattered by hatred and greed. And violence has a terrible cost, a legacy of suffering that echoes through generations. His ride is loud, a deafening roar that drowns out reason and compassion. Chaotic, a whirlwind of destruction that leaves nothing untouched, and bloody, a stain on humanity that can never be truly erased. He reminds us how easily peace can be lost, how quickly societies can descend into barbarity, and he paves the way for the next disaster, the next chapter in the endless cycle of violence. The third seal opens. A black horse appears, its rider holding a pair of scales. A voice declares, "A quart of wheat for a day's pay and 3 quarts of barley for a day's pay." This is the horseman of famine. He brings scarcity. Food so rare it must be weighed and sold for high prices. War destroys crops and trade, leading to hunger and economic collapse. The black horseman is a symbol of desperation and suffering. Yet, do not harm the oil and the wine, the luxuries of the rich remain. Famine is not just about hunger but about injustice and inequality. The poor starve while the wealthy are untouched. The black horseman shows us the cruel reality of a broken world. The fourth seal is broken, unleashing a new terror upon the world. The forces held back are now free to roam. A pale, sickly horse appears, its color reminiscent of decay and disease. It's an unnatural hue, a sign of the horrors to come. Its rider is death, the embodiment of the end, and Hades follows close behind, collecting the souls of the departed. They are an inseparable pair, working in tandem to reap the harvest of life. Death is given power over a fourth of the earth, a vast dominion of suffering and despair. No corner of the world will be safe from his reach. To kill by sword, bringing about bloodshed and conflict on an unprecedented scale. The clash of steel will echo across the land. Famine leaving countless starving and desperate, a silent killer that weakens the spirit. Plague spreading like wildfire, consuming populations and leaving devastation in its wake. The air itself will be thick with sickness and wild beasts, turning the natural world into a dangerous and unpredictable threat. The balance of nature is shattered. He is the culmination of the other horsemen, the final and most devastating consequence of their actions. Conquest, war, and famine all lead here, to this inevitable end, where death reigns supreme. They are all pieces of the same destructive puzzle. The four horsemen together tell a story, a grim narrative of human failing and the consequences of unchecked ambition. A cycle of ambition, conflict, scarcity, and death. A pattern that has repeated itself throughout history. They are not just ancient symbols. They are reflections of the darker aspects of human nature. They reflect the challenges humanity still faces, the same struggles that have plagued us for centuries. We see conquest in power struggles, the relentless pursuit of dominance and control. War in our headlines, the constant drumbeat of conflict echoing across the globe. Famine and inequality, the stark disparity between those who have and those who have not. And death as the final outcome, the inevitable conclusion of a life lived in a world plagued by these forces. The four horsemen are a warning, a stark reminder of the potential for destruction that lies within us. A call to recognize the patterns that lead to suffering, and to actively work to break them. But they also challenge us to rise above our baser instincts and strive for something better, to seek peace, fight injustice and value life, to create a world where compassion and understanding prevail. Their story is a mirror, reflecting back at us our own potential for both good and evil, showing us the consequences of our choices, and the power we have to shape our own destiny. The storm they bring is not just prophecy, it is a reflection of the storms we create ourselves. It's a lesson for us all, a chance to learn from the mistakes of the past and build a better future. Will we repeat the cycle or break it? Will we succumb to the darkness or embrace the light? The choice is ours, and the future of the world hangs in the balance. The storm has come. What will we do next? How will we face the challenges that lie ahead?